Yo guys, we are back with Project Eden's Garden. So, I don't want to spoil last episode, okay? Because get ready. If you didn't know, we've been playing Chapter 1. We made one episode. It was a long one. Good 3 hours long that we were playing it. And obviously something very crazy happened at the end of that. And so this is episode 2. So if you missed it, check it out. Because from here on out, it's going to be spoiler territory. All right, I've warned you. Check it out. I'll link it. Should come up somewhere. Or if not, just check my channel. Oh my god. Oh my god, he's dead. So this is where we ended off last episode, right? I'm pretty sure he got electrocuted because I was asking, like, where is the pink stuff, huh? Where is it? Look at the machine. Clearly there's a warning on it. It says don't touch it. He clearly got shocked, right? But the question is why? It could be anything. Ugh. Oh my god, Kai. Kai, you're overreacting. He's just dead. I'm sorry. Guy's screaming ran loud and clear in my ears. I could hear everything. All the fear and anxiety from the past 5 days joined in a chorus of terror. Before I knew it, I was yelling too. Oh, I thought he was gonna say something. No, I can't look at it. My arms, my legs, there was no weight in them anymore. So we got our first victim, and it was literally the least suspected person that I thought was gonna die in this game. I'm still can't believe this. That's why I'm just excited that we're doing more of this. Only pins and needles pricking every inch of my skin. What do I do? What am I supposed to do? Ding dong bing bong. That's where I should have ended it last episode.
Has been discovered.
They did. Oh my god, they even do the announcement and everything.
All students must proceed to the boiler room on the underground floor immediately. Time will be allotted for all participants to investigate the murder. And afterwards, the real class trial will begin.
Luckily for me, I didn't like Wolfgang that much. So like, I'm not very sad about him dying. I just didn't expect it. I really thought he was going to be that like character that would just kind of annoy me a little bit. That was going to last till the end of the game. Who also, for some reason, now that I'm thinking about it, kind of reminds me of Death the Kid from Soul Eater because of the white stuff. Like the white thing on his jacket. Well, he might not be a lot like Death the Kid, but he does share his name. Death, because he's dead. That was a stretch. The real class trial? Oh, this can't be for real. There's no way. There's no way. With a wail, Kai looked at, booked it out of the room. I knew it was inevitable. I knew we'd chosen the path when we started denying the reality of the killing game. But seeing Wolfgang displayed the way he was, his face contorted into a look of terror. It made everyone's naivety all the more worse. Okay, like, we're gonna investigate this episode, right? That's probably what this episode is gonna be based off. It's just us doing the investigation. That way, we can give our, input of like, what exactly happened, who did it, why did they do it? That way, when we do the class trial, we can figure out, are we right about this? He has a machine. I know, I should just keep going but I just want to think about this. It clearly looks like he was trying to escape, right? I'm calling it right now. This is a setup. This is a setup. I may not be right about my predictions thus far because I did not think he was going to die. He's definitely set up by someone because we do know that someone ran away from the room. They didn't say anything, so I'm very curious. I'm very curious. And what did this mean for his blackmail? Yeah, because we're the one that had his blackmail. That's what's crazy. Like father, like son, beneath the sheepskin hides a wolfish mind. So that's what we got last episode. I'll never know what that blackmail meant. Maybe if I just bit the bullet and confronted him about it. Damon, are you okay? I heard the announcement and... Wolfgang! Kai was right. Oh, I don't trust it. Oh, not much of a reaction from... Oh my god. Some of these people are stone-faced. I really didn't want to believe it. Yeah. Why the heck would I lie? Are we 100% sure he's dead? I didn't see any wounds. Maybe he's still breathing.
Good morning.
Oh no, he's very much dead.
Son of a bitch.
This has got to be an accident, right? Rip to everyone that was a fan of Wolfgang. I'm sorry. So sorry for your loss.
Why the long face?
Why do you ask? Well, if the death wasn't intentional, it could be treated like manslaughter or something, and not need a trial.
Rubbish.
Intentional or not, the killer's hands are still dirty with blood, no? As far as I'm concerned, murder is murder, be it third-degree murder, manslaughter, or anything in between. Besides, if Wolfgang's death was indeed an accident, and the killer bore no ill intent, don't you find it rather strange that they haven't come forward and confessed? This is true. Somebody ran away, and we need to figure out who ran away. We do know. I want to say suspect number 1 is Grace. She was all buddy with Wolfgang. They shared a room together, didn't they? Unless I'm remembering that wrong, I'm pretty sure they decided to share a room together. So, whatever happened in their room, who knows, you know? I don't know what the heck they're doing in there. But this definitely could have sprouted a reason to kill him. And also, maybe she planned it, right? I'm just saying.
Who? Me?
Tell you, the killer? Where's the fun in the mystery you already know the answer to? I'll keep my lips sealed. Thank you very much.
Hold on.
So there's definitely a killer. Or Mark is finally talking. For some reason, he doesn't talk very much. Got Markiplier. I don't know what's wrong with me. Oh my god, guys. Have you not been standing here?
Moving on.
Downstairs already? Aren't you a quick-footed bunch? Holy crap. Also, yeah, Desmond. I know what I said about Desmond, but like that was just based on his arrows. I don't think he killed him. A cacophony of well filled my heart, hailing the arrival of the remaining students. It was almost instantaneous how quickly the color drained from everyone's faces. They'd entered the room completely bright red, having clearly made a desperate sprint to the boiler room. Are we missing anyone? I think everyone's here. But now they looked as lifeless as the man laying in front of them. What happened here? Damien and me, we just found him like this. It's a sight to behold, I'm sure. Your beloved classmate who was once so lively, now splayed dead in front of you.
Well done.
To think I didn't have to lift a finger after the blackmail. What are the odds? How could you?
Me?
How could I? You tickle me, Eloise. You must remember this is a killing game between students. Unless the rules state otherwise, a student can only be murdered by another student.
Blood is rotting.
The undeniable truth that one of you killed Wolfgang. Okay, so that means that we could rule out the fact that this may have been an accident, like that he just did something that he shouldn't have and electrocuted himself, because I'm definitely pretty sure this might be electrocution. I mean, we're gonna do some investigation clearly, but one of you killed Wolfgang. That's right, a person we've been living with who I've spoken to before. Okay, he's dead. We all know. So we're going to completely disregard the fact that you showed each of us another person's blackmail. Could it be possible that maybe, you know, one person had more than one blackmail sent to another person? Right? Because there has to be a motive behind this. I was simply pushing you all in the right direction. Do not take it personally. But Wolfgang, he was so nice to everyone. He was kind of a know-it-all. I didn't like that, alright? This is me personally, okay? Why would someone do this? Well, if it's any consolation, I have a gift.
Plot twist.
Behold, the Tozer tablet. The second Tozer tablet, to be more precise. It's the investigation thing, right? Yeah. It's always been called this. You just didn't know until now.
Moving on.
Anyway, I trust you all remember how this tablet what? Operates, yes? This tablet? If not, allow me to briefly run you through it again. This tablet contains a summary of the crime scene. Yeah, we know. We play Danganronpa, okay? I mean, if you even never played Danganronpa, yeah, this always happens after, with an investigation. It's all like updated in the menu and the journals and stuff. Like the victim's time and death have been oh so thoughtfully provided for you. Go on, take a look. Wolfgang Akiri, the ultimate lawyer. Dang it. And you know what? If it would have been someone else, he would have been so good at figuring this out because he's a lawyer. But again, here's the thing, guys. From all of our experience with Danganronpa, just because he's dead doesn't necessarily mean that there's not some big scale plan that he could still be behind. Even though he's dead, he still could be a mastermind behind things. I'm just saying, like, it goes that deep sometimes. And so I'm considering everything, all the possibilities here. He was discovered in the boiler room on the underground floor. He is kneeling in the water and his upper body is slumped over the concrete platform. Oh, there's water there, okay. Estimated time of death is approximately 9:35 a.m.
No.
This is different from the first tablet we got. No, I'm quite confident you're holding the same brand of tablet. Look, the shape and size are identical. Why is there information missing from this tablet? The cause of death, when we investigated the dummy murder, the tablet explicitly said she died from blood loss. But this tablet, it doesn't list his cause of death anywhere.
Rubbish.
Of course, saying otherwise would make things too easy. You see, the tablet's information has been divulged in such a way that both the killer and the spotless have equal chance of success. Yeah, it can't be too easy, right? We have to figure out the cause of death. What does that mean?
Moving on.
That's all you're getting from me. Tally ho!
No.
Wait! Damn it, he's already out of here. How nimble was this guy?
Why?
Makes that too easy. Solving Wolfgang's death. Is there any possibility that he could be a hologram? To be able to just so easily disappear and appear, right? I'm just saying, could be hologram. Make what solving too easy? Wolfgang's death?
This looks
No way, is he saying the cause of death is part of the mystery? Well, yeah, I mean, obviously, that could give away everything. Freak this, who cares? I'm not investigating she, keep me out of this.
Don't look at me.
That sounds guilty, guys. Guys, you want to be a part of this. You don't want to make people suspect you. I don't want to be here. I don't want to keep looking at him.
Just.
You have to be insane. You think I'm touching a dead body. Why are they all leaving? One by one, multiple students made their way to the door. It was then that she finally spoke.
No.
Although she didn't yell, there was an overwhelming intensity in her voice, the same kind that caught everyone's attention back in the trial room. Immediately, the runaways froze.
Yeah.
What do you want? You all remember the rules, don't you? If we don't solve Wolfgang's murder and uncover the killer, then we all die. Our feelings don't matter in this killing game. They never did. All that matters right now is finding the truth.
Don't test me.
She is totally Kyoko, right? Like, she is. And that's why I'm, like, decided to, like... If she dies, I would be so mad. Because right now, Eva is my favorite character. Rich, coming from you. Grace, I don't know much about Grace, but she definitely seems like she would kill someone. Just judging by the way she acts, and I'm just saying.
Bad news.
And also, she does seem very guilty about something. Like, I think Eloise had her evidence or something like that, and she was freaking out. Why? Maybe, and this guy, I don't trust him either, because he keeps saying he's a pirate, but like, and like he does all these things, but it doesn't seem like he's telling the truth. Okay, if we accuse an innocent person, everyone except the killer will be executed. That's what Tozu said, and that's what was reiterated by our watches. Whether we like it or not, those are the rules. It is the difference between life or death. There's nothing much else we can do, but I don't want to. I don't want to look at him. Imagine if, like, I feel like Toshiko was the last person you would ever suspect to kill someone, but like, what if, right? Investigating a crime scene doesn't mean investigating just the body. It's standard procedure in homicide investigations to try and pinpoint the victim's movements before their death. That means searching places they've gone to, people they've spoken to. In Wolfgang's case, his dorm room might be an area of interest.
Yeah.
Ooh, you see how Grace was silent? Since the dorms don't have locks, there's nothing stopping anyone from entering. When you put it like that, hey broski, want to explore the dorm? Yeah, sure. If you guys are going, then I'll come with. Diana, is that her name? She was also kind of acting strange too. The way Eva spoke with such precision and such calmness. It's the same way she spoke when we discovered the dummy.
Hold your horses.
Hold up, Ulysses. Don't be going anywhere, or you won't be going anywhere. What? That notebook you're carrying, whatever evidence we find down here, I want you recording it. What about us? We might discover something huge upstairs. The area with the body deserves the most attention. Once we've exhausted our options here, then we'll head up.
Moving on.
Obviously, I'll remain here. You should too, Damon. Right. My mind was still reeling from the shock of the discovery. The body and the lump in my throat still won't go away. But Wolfgang was really dead, and I had to find a way out.
I don't understand.
It's just so hard to believe. Could one of our friends really be murdered? Friends. She said it like the blind optimism isn't what the killer is most likely exploited. After all, how can you suspect if you trust everyone? It's an environment perfect for deceit, an environment perfect for murder. And worst of all, an environment we've created. Oh, I already see the blood on the ground. Okay, what? Let me do what I did last time. Okay, obviously, I know. We know the drill here. All right, let's get into it, all right? We got this. Okay, he was discovered in the boiler room on the underground floor. He's kneeling in the water and the upper body is slumped over the concrete platform. 9:35. It still pisses me off seeing everything except the cause of death, especially when I know the reason why. Okay, yeah, we don't need a flashback from 2 seconds ago. It's okay, got it. Tozu definitely compensating for the killer, probably because they failed to hide their own tracks. Well, yeah, there's always some sort of evidence, or else this wouldn't be fun. Okay, let's do this. Okay, I know what to do, I know what to do. Gotta look around. Blood. This is very curious blood. There was blood speckled across the floor. I didn't notice it at first due to the room's restricting lighting, but now after my eyes had time to adjust, it couldn't be more obvious. Okay, so I was suspecting that it was electrocution, but we have to figure out what caused this. After the body discovery announcement, everyone barged into the boiler room through this door, yet these blood spots don't look smudged. I'm guessing they were already dry by the time any of us got here, in which case, could this be Wolfgang's blood? Okay, I mean, he's in the water though, so... Okay, let's obviously look at the body. I feel like that's probably the most important thing. Oh, I guess we're not doing that. Okay, let's... Taser. Well, I mean, I was suspecting electrocuted, but not like this. A taser gun. Pretty random thing to be lying around a crime scene. It definitely wasn't in the boiler room prior to the murder either. Where do you find a taser here? Did that mention this taser gun was involved in the murder? On closer inspection, nothing about the gun looked particularly strange. But why is it here though? Where did it come from? Had it even be used? I'm pretty sure taser guns dispense some kind of wire when fired. Yeah, that is true, unless it's some sort of special gun. Nearby were some yellow pieces of plastic on the floor. Oh, so it looks like maybe somebody had... Okay, what, can a taser make someone bleed? I've never been tased. You know, but like I know that they shoot those prongs, right? And they stick into people. Is that enough to make you bleed? I'm gonna Google it. So it does say right here on Google, it says, the barbed darts it fires can create small puncture wounds at the site of impact, leading to minor bleeding in some cases. However, most people are tased. So basically, you don't bleed a lot, but you could bleed a little bit. They were the same shade of yellow as the taser gun. Had these originally been attached to it, I could tell where they would fit on the gun though. I can't tell. Never mind, what's the point in making guesses when I can just get him to confirm? After all, someone who's a pro at wielding guns should know that better than anyone else. Oh, is it Desmond, I'm assuming? I really don't know. I'm pretty sure that's who... Isn't he like a weapons expert or something? Shrapnel? Wait a minute. Chunks of something red were floating nearby the generator. It almost looked like metal or maybe plastic. Were these originally part of the generator? The colors and materials don't seem to match though. Chunks of plastic. Shrapnel? So there was an explosion? Okay, I don't know what could have caused that. Okay, what about this? Half of the generator's internals had been melted away and what still remained was almost completely singed. Yes, this was definitely the cause of the power outage. What could have melted the wires though? It looked like a bomb had gone off in there. Oh, so that's the shrapnel. So, someone had set a bomb? So they set a bomb to make the generator go out, and while the power was out, that's when they committed the murder. Also, keep in mind too, that it's possible that Wolfgang was trying to commit the murder and someone just acted in self-defense. That is another very possible solution that could happen. Now that I think about it, during the game tournament, taking a deep breath, I steadied my grip on the controller, and then... that's when it happened. There had been a loud boom right before the blackout happened, similar to the firework going off or someone firing a gun. Did I overhear the sound of the generator being destroyed? Nothing else near the dining hall could have made that kind of noise, I don't think. If my assumption is correct, the generator would have been destroyed around the same time the murder was committed. That's suspicious as hell. There's no way two events are connected. But I'm also working purely off my memory of the boom. To be absolutely sure, I need to know exactly what the blackout, or when it occurred. Was there any way for me to find that out? I don't know. Alright, what else do we gotta be looking at? Oh, I think I could press something, right? Oh, cord? There's a cord in the water. Judging by the length, I think it's an extension cord. What the hell happened to the other end of it? There was no internal plug, just a frayed tip with a black substance. Had the cord been burnt? I didn't see this cord in the boiler room either, so it's probably came from someplace else. Maybe whatever was plugged in at the end of it was the bomb thing, and that's why it's not there anymore because it exploded. One of the storage rooms, maybe. It wasn't always in this condition, that's for sure. All the items we've been provided so far, light bulbs, speakers, the fridge, they've worked pretty well. So what happened to this cord? And was it even in the water? Okay. Yeah, someone's gonna be smart to put something like this together, right? And right now, there's only two people I can think of that maybe was smart enough to do that. Like, okay, Ulysses has all this information about things, right? So, I mean, he just knows a lot of stuff. That's all we know. Oh, it says deceased. Oh, rip Wolfgang. I couldn't imagine Wolfgang would know how to do this. Okay, so Desmond is, Dennis, look at his signature. I didn't even realize they have signatures. That's cool. He's got handwriting like me. He's the ultimate marksman. Is it crazy to think that, you know, a person that knows about weapons, guns at least. I'm assuming he knows about guns and bows and stuff, because I don't remember exactly what he said in the beginning because it's been so long. It's been over a year since we played the first chapter or whatever, but could he know about explosives too? Maybe. So definitely he's on the list. Okay, so she's a fencer. He's just a TikToker. Okay, ultimate golfer. Now, like, her thing doesn't make any sense either, but again, they shared a room together, so automatically that makes her a suspect. Blacksmith? I don't know. Not too sure about that. Ultimate entrepreneur. Oh, it even says like our progress with them too, like friendship. That's pretty cool. I didn't notice that. The details they put in this game are pretty insane. Now, okay, now Gene is the ultimate captain. Like, what exactly does that mean? It sounds like he has a variety of things that he knows about. So again, I would say he's a suspect just because. Who has the knowledge to do these things is what I'm most focused on right now. All right, I think it just wants us to talk to people now.
Terrible.
The generator over there is partially submerged in the water. I think we could be wise to stay on this platform. Was he worried about the water being electrified? Even and I managed to stand in it way back when. I don't see why now would be any different. Then again, the generator wasn't damaged last time.
Damn.
Yeah, since Wolfgang is kneeling in the water, we should avoid touching him. We can't touch him?
No.
You don't know for sure if the water's unsafe.
Listen to me.
Before you start making conclusions, you should experiment first. Saying that, Eva walked over to the pile of boxes and pulled out a light bulb. Wait, so if you put like a light bulb in the water, would it turn on if it was a... That's pretty interesting, or like a good idea actually. Sure enough, Eva went straight to the edge of the platform, threw the light bulb into the water.
Look.
See, it's not lighting up. That means the water is safe.
Well,
I see, then I suppose it's safe to inspect Wolfgang.
okay.
I still would be scared though. I think I will observe from afar instead. Now isn't the time to be listening to your nerves. Wait, so, but people actually did leave the room though, didn't they? Yeah, see that thing that blew up is right next to the generator. So clearly somebody rigged the bomb for the power to go out. But why? Is that a knife? Wait a minute, I didn't see this. No, you gotta let me see that knife. Okay, I just wasn't clicking it right, I guess. Why was the knife floating in the water? Oh, and it has blood on it. Yep. There's no doubt about it. This knife must have had something to do with the murder. Okay. The taser, though. So, okay. The plan was, let's lead Wolfgang in the room, right? We're gonna make the power go out, so he's not gonna know who did it or see anything. But the question is, how did the person see? If they wanted the power, why would they want the power to go out? To be hidden, right? When they ran away. That's probably actually why they wanted the power to go out. That makes the most sense to me. Because they did say it was like pitch black, right? So yeah, that's the only reason why I could see them doing it. And also maybe to make it harder for someone to defend themselves. So let's say the power went out. They were in the room together, maybe? Well, obviously they were in the room together. I'm stupid. Then they tased him so he couldn't move and stabbed him. Because clearly somebody was stabbed. Now, obviously, if one of them had an injury on them right now, then that would be way too easy. So it's not on the platform. I have no idea. The knife has been added to the truth bullet section of your Tozu trinket. Yeah, so it's probably more likely that the knife caused this, but we can't rule out the taser either. All right, Eva, what do you think about this? You're not gonna investigate Wolfgang?
Yeah.
Who else? Back when we mistook the dummy for a body, you poked it pretty nonchalantly.
Hang on.
That's different. I thought it was real. I never thought it was real.
See.
Now that we finally advancing in the investigation, her cool composure had but all but vanished. Typically, I guess she can only keep up an act for so long. Yeah, I also want to say anyone that left is like on the suspect list, right? Like they should be here. But if you were smart, you would definitely be like, if you were the one that did it, you would definitely do the inspection. To not, arise suspicion. Winona, you're still here?
Seriously?
Is there a problem with that? Why does she need to frame everything I say in the worst light? I'm preparing to hold a one-on-one session with Ulysses. I was consulting him about something important before we were interrupted by the announcement. Is that what you were doing before the blackout? Repeat that?
It's simple.
The blackout. Were you still with Ulysses when it happened?
Come on.
You're not speaking any sense. There was no power outage. What? She can't be serious. That blackout affected the entire building unless...
Anyways.
Let me rephrase where you were when the murder happened. Wait a minute. No, this place is downstairs, right? And she's saying there was no blackout. What? But they were upstairs when the blackout happened, and then we went downstairs. There was a blackout. So why is she saying there was no blackout? There's not another floor, is there? Where were you? At Cassidy's game tournament in the dining hall.
Oh, really?
Really, not what I expected.
Let me see.
Ulysses and I spent this morning by the large tree. We stayed there up to and including the time of Wolfgang's murder. Sounded like she had an alibi then. As for the location she mentioned, I assume this entire building complex had connected to what? Okay, so there's multiple generators, I see. Hence why it didn't lose power. What about the courtyard though? Was anyone there during the time of the blackout? So, that's important information. Because if someone doesn't know that information, then they're most likely part of the murder. It's either that or they really planned ahead. Oi, take a whiff of the air. Ain't there something off about it? I followed his instructions.
That's...
Burnt rubber.
That ain't it.
Cause of the busted generator, yeah, but that's not what I'm talking about. There's another scent, a real bitter one. You might be actually onto something. It's almost like cereal and rubbing alcohol. Cereal?
Bad news.
Indeed, I'm suspecting a mighty chemical reaction at work. I've had my fair share of travels across the sea, and I'm no stranger to foul play. There's no stench worse than the one of disastrous combustion.
That's how it is.
Thing is, I got no idea where it's coming from. The smell is supposedly that of a chemical reaction. Where else could it be coming from besides the busted generator, unless Gene's conclusion about the smell is wrong? I wouldn't put it past him. Odd smell. The alcohol is like themed. I mean, to clean maybe, but like there's blood here, so that doesn't make any sense. Dang, this is getting more convoluted than I anticipated.
Hi.
Why did you move over here? It's I feel it's highly important we investigate anything and everything we can. That's why I moved over here to investigate. More like you didn't want to be near Wolfgang's body. And what was at first for the investigation, something other than fear appeared on Ulysses' face. It was curiosity. What is it? Look at the floor in front of the door.
That's...
I wasn't even able to look at this before. Okay, it's a wire.
Seriously?
Scrap metal.
Do you think?
Even so, it's still part of the crime scene. I can't read this. It necessitates documentation.
That's not important.
Seriously, something this small means nothing. It could have. Come on, Damon. You should know better. It could have come from the generator or the pipes above us. Ingrid could have been carrying it out for all we know. This guy, there's so much here he could actually document it. Instead, he's focusing on some flimsy piece of metal. It's probably the most important thing somehow. All the more reason to rely on myself. That is a paper, or that's a hair clip, is it not? Isn't that what that looks like? Okay. Time to look at the most important part. Just yesterday, Wolfgang was talking with us, eating breakfast with us, and now he's dead. Who had the resolve to commit such a needlessly brutal murder? To go as far as to mangle his body? I couldn't unpack it. I didn't know how to. This wasn't just some dummy I had to investigate. This was a real person. It was so far out of my expertise, let alone my comfort zone.
Hello.
Do you want to inspect him? Holy crap, did she really have to scare me like that? Yes. It's just the idea of getting close to him.
Where?
Bleh. I love the bleh. I'll investigate with you. It'll be easier for both of us that way.
Right.
Yeah, and I think Kyoko kind of did the same thing in the first game, did she not? Wolfgang lay completely still, his face frozen in a look of horror. Yeah, I noticed that, like, you know, all of the like tears and snot and everything, like, that's, I mean, doesn't that kind of seem like maybe poison? Possibly? Just thinking here. His once bright eyes were shrouded in darkness, and his mouth was open as if he'd been killed mid-scream. Eva's expression said it well. Wolfgang did everything in his power to make us outcasts and make the worst of us. At times, I even hated him for it. But this brought no relief to either of us. That's what I'm saying. Like, okay, there's an explosion, there's a taser, there's a knife. I'm gonna go with this is probably self-defense. And someone maybe actually got stabbed and it wasn't Wolfgang. Maybe there was a double murder, like almost like somebody was planning on murdering each other, maybe. Like, I think there's more going on here. Wolfgang, what happened in his final moments left him so terrified? Was it the realization that he was about to die? So not instant death then. Mulling over the what ifs won't bring me any closer to solving his murder. Right now, my focus should be finding evidence. And that begins by investigating his body. Okay, well, let's investigate his face. There didn't seem to be any strange markings on him. However, along the back of his neck was a massive bruise. Oh, he got hit. That looks like a really bad injury, almost like his entire neck is discolored. How did he get that on the back of his neck? So, being attacked from behind, clearly. Dang, they did a lot here. Nothing around us seemed to have left it. This might sound morbid, but what if it's a sign of his body decomposing? No, that's dumb. It probably depends on the environment, as in the temperature. Correct. Cold places are generally better at preserving things than warm, humid areas like this boiler room. Kind of like dairy products. That's a good comparison. Wolfgang didn't have this bruise yesterday, at the very least. If he did, it would have been super noticeable.
Fair.
Turning my attention back to Wolfgang, I caught something else on his body. Near the mark on his neck, but not directly overlapping it. A red dot. Is that a beauty mark? Doesn't look like it. The skin around the dot seemed to be inflamed. It reminds me of a popped pimple. Could that be of where the taser hit him? The sort of wound you could easily inflict on yourself. Then you don't think it's related to the murder? It might not be, but judging by the lack of scabbing, this was inflicted pretty recently. Definitely from the taser, right? But I thought there'd be multiple ones. Yeah, there's a real possibility, because if he wasn't stabbed and he was electrocuted, I have so many questions. Okay, his hands. I could talk about this all day, but we need to just look. But the way Wolfgang was slumped over the platform, it almost looked like he had fallen on top of it.
Focus.
Let me see if his palms are scratched. As I knelt down to take a closer look, trickling out from under the cuff was Wolfgang's sleeve and onto the rest of his hands. A strange injury that looked like a tree sapling. A burn mark. When I looked at Wolfgang's other hand, I saw the same thing. Markings that seemed to extend down the arm.
The hell?
Eva, look at this. Let me see. Yeah, burn marks. It's really horrible. They look like gross little veins that what inflicted them. There's a taser a little ways off where we're standing, but I couldn't find anything to indicate it's been fired. So the only other thing I could think of is the generator.
Is that really true?
Why the generator?
No.
The thing has clearly been destroyed by something. Maybe Wolfgang got caught in something and that's how he died. I'm not sure. The generator seems too far away from where Wolfgang is lying to cause burns like these. Plus the room's water isn't conductive, so electricity couldn't travel through it.
Right.
I mean, it could have temporarily and then stopped, right? If the cause went away somehow. Anything able to melt the generator's wires could have burnt his suit to a crisp too. I think Wolfgang received these burns outside the boiler room. There's just nothing here that could leave these markings. As for the actual place he got burnt, guess we'll have to try to find it ourselves. While it's possible the generator might not have been involved in the murder, it seemed unlikely that Wolfgang's made a detour for the boiler room after being severely burnt. After all, burns like this would definitely paralyze someone. Okay. As for Wolfgang's palms, they didn't have any markings on them. Okay. So he fell somehow. Wolfgang's suit was completely crumbled, a far cry from his once clean appearance. Water has seeped into the pants, completely ruining the fabric. As I leaned in close, I spotted a folded piece of paper sticking out from his back pocket. Ooh, is it the evidence?
Damn.
I don't want to touch him, but... Okay, we're taking it. It's a message. That's some very ugly handwriting. Desmond! Desmond! Do you recognize it? A lot of the text is unreadable. Whoever wrote this probably used low-quality pen. Although at the bottom of the page, fragments of a message were still visible. Secret, 8:15 a.m. boiler room. Close the door. Oh my god. Did we figure it out? Wait a minute. Let me see the note. It seemed like someone wanted to arrange a private meeting with him here.
See.
Could that someone be the culprit? I know that doesn't mean it, because someone could have legitimately wanted to meet him there, but that's like a clear sign that someone was trying to set him up. And 8:15, that's a long time before the death though. Maybe there was a struggle, or maybe Wolfgang arrived late?
There must be something.
Either way, the message is definitely a valuable clue. It's our only sight into Wolfgang's movements before his death. Well, now I really want to know where everyone was at the time. I woke up at 8:30, so yeah, we know Kai and... Well, wait, Damon woke up after Kai, huh? I woke up at 8:30 this morning, so I was asleep when this meeting was scheduled to happen. It's only 35 minutes before the tournament. Cassidy, Jet, Mark, and I would have already been in the dining hall.
Right.
Right, setting up the equipment.
That's-
As for the other students, directly asking them where they were at 8:15 might be risky.
Where?
Blech. Because they could wonder where we got the time from. Exactly. I'd prefer to keep this note between the two of us. Suspicious note. I need to see this. This thing about a secret, what do you think that means?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. It could be referring to anything. Yeah, I mean, you just write, I have a secret. Someone's gonna be like, ooh, I wanna know. Anything, huh? You know what it means?
I know.
I have an idea. The author of this letter might be talking about Wolfgang's blackmail.
Huh.
If they claim to have it, they could have baited him here without much issue. After all, Wolfgang asked us to meet with the person whose blackmail we had.
Strange.
A derelict boiler room is a pretty ominous place to meet someone, though. It would have been Wolfgang's first time here too, assuming he didn't explore the floor
What
beforehand.
could it be?
Either he didn't see the obvious danger in meeting here alone, or he did realize and just didn't care.
Right.
Right. Does that change anything about what I said? Well, duh. If Wolfgang knew the warning signs, his reason for coming might have less to do with integrity,
You see?
more to do with desperation.
Huh?
To know the details of his blackmail, it would stand to reason. If only Wolfgang had hidden this note somewhere safe instead of bringing it here, it would have been valuable evidence. I doubt he could have envisioned something like this happening. He was never really on his guard during the killing game, except around you and me, I guess. I need to see that note. It's all smeared. So we can see some of the handwriting. So it's in sort of cursive, right? Who writes their name like that? Okay, Jean, kind of. Toshiko, kind of. Okay, he's got pretty bad handwriting too. It's kind of stylized, but okay. And he's got very cursive handwriting. Desmond's got awful. That didn't look like his handwriting. Okay, Eloise could have also wrote it. Ooh, okay, yeah, that's... Ooh, she's got really good handwriting. That's a really cool signature. I would say Toshiko maybe has the closest handwriting, or Jean, right? I mean, it's pretty handwriting. I don't know why they said it was bad handwriting, but obviously things are smeared because of the water. I'm boiling this down to Eloise. That could definitely be her handwriting. So, yeah, Eloise Grace. We know Eva didn't do it. At least we don't think so because of the fact that the bomb went off and they were together in the room. So, all right. So I took a little break. That doesn't matter. I'm back. I don't even know why I say it. It doesn't matter. Anyway, they want us to look at something else again. I'm not sure what these dots mean. Like, I'm trying to like find out if the colors mean anything, but I don't think so. Now that I think about it, it's odd. What were the chances he would end up here between the only opening of the fence? The one spot that he could kneel over like this. Was it possible he'd been trying to climb onto the platform before he died? It's strange. Why didn't he use the stairs though? And even stranger that he was even in the water in the first place. Yes, this is what I've been thinking of as well. Like, why was he over here? So that's what I'm saying. Like, it could be electrocution. There's a knife. There's 3 separate things that could have, like, is it blunt force? What killed him? This seemed to be everything I could gather.
Hello.
Bleh. Hey, Damon. Since we've inspected the boiler room, we should find the students who left and ask them for their testimonies.
Right.
They went upstairs to investigate Wolfgang's dorm, right? Or to hide evidence. Yes, because of what I said earlier. The victim last known whereabouts are the best places to search for clues.
Okay.
Let's see what they've been up to. Okay, well, it's very strange that the power didn't go out in certain areas. Well, I don't know if it's strange, but I feel like that has something to do with this. Okay, apart from collecting testimonies, there was 2 other matters on my mind. Getting Desmond to inspect the taser gun, and 2, pinpointing exactly when the blackout occurred in case it happened at the time of the murder. I walked over to the boiler room, and then which had been left slightly ajar, but as I began to pull the rest of the way open... Oh, what do we have here? I noticed it. The doorknob, something about it looked different. They replaced the doorknob, you think? Hey, Eva, the doorknob, I think it's been flipped? Are you sure? Take a look for yourself. The first time we woke up here, I'm pretty sure this lock was on the inside, not the outside.
Is that really true?
How would someone be able to flip a doorknob, though? By unscrewing it, probably? Okay, why didn't you say something earlier? This is the first time I noticed it.
Is that really true?
You didn't notice it back when you entered the boiler room with Kai? No, not even then. It might have been because of the darkness or my own nerves. But back then, I wasn't paying attention to small details like the doorknob. All I wanted to do was enter the boiler room. I know it makes me sound
Listen
stupid.
to me.
Yeah, it's pretty normal to me. I mean, I probably would have noticed, would have noticed the doorknob had it been there. That's besides the point. Okay, Eva. All right, good for you. Anyway, the discovery paints on an interesting picture. Since the lock was now accessible from the hallway, you could technically lock the door, boiler room shut without ever stepping foot in it. So he could have been locked in there. But that just makes me even like more confused. And it sounds like there's a possibility he was poisoned. He was locked in there and poisoned. So it is still possible that he was lured in there. He got hit from the back of the head, right? Tased even, or he had the taser. I want to say he had the taser. Does he have, how many stab wounds does he have? Is it 28? He made that joke too, which is really ironic that there's a knife right there. Meaning that if you wanted to lock someone inside the boiler room, all you have to do is lure them in and close the door behind them. Yes.
Moving on.
Come on, we need to collect people's testimonies before the investigation ends. Let's go. He has no stab wounds. I mean, why aren't we getting in the water and looking at him? I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. But there's a smell, right? And the way his face looks tells me that he's either electrocuted or poisoned. Because typically when there's gas involved, there's tears and there's snot and all that, that's how it is. Yeah, but for sure, one of these weapons is him defending himself or trying to kill someone else. All right, it's time to go ask. I want to ask Desmond first. The first thing I want to ask, first person I want to ask. Okay, a million questions rattled away in my mind. I followed Eva out of the boiler room. Actually, Eva, before we go upstairs, it's probably worth checking out the storage closets first. Why?
I know.
I found something in the boiler room that might be related to them. I'm guessing that's probably where they found the tools. Judging by the length, it's an extension cord. Okay, alright, so are you saying you found it in there? Oh, you're saying I didn't see this in the boiler room earlier, so it probably came from someplace else. One of the storage rooms, maybe. We should confirm if it indeed came from a storage closet.
However,
But first, I want to talk to Cassidy.
Come again?
You want to talk to her? Yes, I do. Is that bad? She wasn't much help last
Well?
investigation. Well, any help is better than none.
Fair.
Alright, let's go talk to her, then we'll investigate the closets. Alright, Cassidy, spill the beans. Should do it or not? She's pacing around the hallway with a finger on her chin.
yo!
She was actually, I think, wait, was it her? No, it wasn't her. She was with us. Stupid. Sorry for not noticing you sooner. I was performing a super sweep down of this here hallway. That's a lot of words for wandering around aimlessly.
Listen to me.
Can you put your sweep down on hold? I have a really important question. Let's hear it. Just don't drag on too long, okay? Gotta finish my sweep down here before time's up.
You see?
Do you remember who attended the tournament? The game tournament. You know what? But like, out of left field, I still think, like, I wouldn't be surprised if still somehow somebody in the gaming room that was playing the game had committed the murder. Somehow. I don't know how, but I'm just saying. Like, we've been through these things before, so it could happen. I just couldn't picture how they would do it, though. Everyone who was slated to join kept their word, so we had a full house.
What about?
There were 8 people in total. Jet, Mark, Grace, Jean, Kai, and the 3 of us. But didn't wasn't it Jean and Grace? Didn't they show up late, though? They showed up a little late, didn't they? I still think Grace and Jean is definitely, especially with that writing.
Huh?
Something on your mind? Well, since the murder happened in the boiler room, wouldn't that mean everyone in the dining hall has an alibi?
Ooh.
That's a good point. I didn't even think of that. She's totally right. Also, since we split into pairs while investigating those rooms down the hallway, every pairing can vouch for each other. But what doesn't make sense is that somebody definitely ran away when we were in the storage closet after the power went out. So, that's the only thing that makes you believe that it may be not, right? We all split up. Or, what were the groups again?
Yep.
Jet and I explored storage closet B.
Check it out.
That's what it's called on the map. Does she mean the map on the Tozu trinket? Yep, closet B, alright. Yep. In that case, Kai and I must have explored storage closet C. I remember clearly, the 2 of us checked the closet above and opposite the one Cassidy searched. According to this map, the only closet to fit those parameters is storage closet C.
Correct.
Grace and I investigated the closet directly next to Damon's, so we must have been assigned A.
Yeah.
Which leaves Mark and Jean with D. Yep, that makes sense. Okay, this is a bullet? Why is this a bullet? So which one is the closest to the boiler room? Damo, since you're here, what's the deal with you in the boiler room?
Huh?
When Kai told us party peeps about Wolfie, he said you 2 went inside the boiler room.
How?
The heck do you do that for? You were supposed to check out the storage closet.
No.
You're not casting suspicion on me, are you? No way. As far as Cass is concerned, everyone is innocent until proven otherwise. I investigated the storage closet with Kai. We just didn't find anything. Although we did hear someone run down the hallway.
And I hear
For real?
you right.
Is she asking that because she wants to know if anyone heard her? Just saying. Unlucky all that worked for nothing. What's the plan now? Do we just go back inside, outside? Okay, I guess we're gonna hear it. Pat, pat, pat. Suddenly I heard frantic footsteps echoing from the hallway outside. And she's literally actually investigating this place right now. Like, I don't know, Cassidy. Starting to think maybe you might be a suspect.
It's the truth.
I do.
Really?
Eva, did you really? I heard them while Grace and I were investigating the storage room next to yours.
However-
I just brushed it off as my imagination, though. Guess me and Jet must have been talking over them. Were those footsteps the reason you entered the boiler room, Damo? It's Damon, and yeah. They came from the direction of the room, so I wanted to see what the person was running from.
For real?
Really? I would have just chased after the footsteps. I mean, entering the boiler room after something like that, you weren't scared a murder was hiding inside? What I actually discovered wasn't much better. True. When those footsteps could have, or whose footsteps could those have been? I don't know why anyone would want to be running around those spooky hallways, let alone in the dark.
What about?
Unless, oh, maybe they were also looking for a backup generator.
That's not important.
I doubt it's that innocent. It's obviously if you're running, I think they mentioned they were running, right? They were trying to get away, clearly, before they were found. Considering this place this person ran away from was the crime scene, those footsteps were probably the killers. You mean fresh off of committing the murder? Fresh off the murder or after, a bit after, depends on what time we went downstairs. Either way, whether it was immediately after the murder or not, for a brief moment, the only thing separating us from Wolfgang's killer were the storage room walls. That's creepy to think about. Also, I mean, yeah, you've been freaking with them the entire time. Footsteps have been added to the truth bullet section of your Tozy trinket. Thus, bit by bit, the mystery slowly unravels. No need to thank me. 'Tis all in a day's work. She didn't even do anything. I am starting to think that maybe like the blow to the back of like some of these things, it's like they purposely planted them there to throw off the scent of like what actually happened. When after all, I think it's probably just poison at the end of the day. They really killed him. And it's not crazy to think that maybe he was trying to fix the generator, right? Am I supposed to investigate these storage closets? I don't know if they want me to do this. I want to go talk to Desmond. Okay, this is A. Let's take a look around. The glint of something shiny caught my eye. Look, there's a rolling pin. Oh, okay, well, never mind. We know it hit him in the back of the head now. And it wouldn't have any blood on it, right?
Strange.
What are you implying? That someone used this recently and it's not for its intended purpose? Wait, we need to look at the log again. Wait a minute. Okay, who was in storage closet A? Ah, it doesn't go back that far. Crap, I forgot what she said. She said somebody was in storage closet A, right? Eva and Grace both entered storage closet A. Huh. Crap, you don't think Eva could have done it, right? I mean, so Eva did actually spend time down in this area, right? I'm gonna be so mad if it's her. I don't want her to die. But again, I have already put Grace on the suspect list, and so I think it could be Grace as well. You aren't rolling much dough if you're wielding this thing like a tennis racket, are you? The pin is also really dusty, as if it came from the kitchen. It would be clean like the other utensils there. Agreed. Not only that, there's a dent in the pin too. Yeah, I thought it looked bent too. On the other end opposite the handprints, can you see it?
Weird.
Yeah, I can see it. Handprints and a dent. That's definitely not a coincidence. If this was used to knock him out, it would not only explain the dent on the pin, but the bruise on Wolfgang's neck. So he could have been hit by the rolling pin and maybe rolled into the water? I can see that happening. How did it make its way into the closet though? What do you mean? How did the pin make its way into the closet after the killer used it? I mean, if the footsteps Kai and I heard from the killers, they probably chucked the pin in here on the way out.
Absolutely
No,
not.
that's not what happened. If the killer entered this closet and hid the rolling
Listen to
pin,
me.
Grace and I would have seen them. Crap, of course. She and Grace were investigating this closet at the time. What if the killer placed the pin in here before any of us came downstairs? Yeah, that's a possibility.
Save it.
If they were out in the hallway, why didn't they use that as their chance to escape? Damn it, she's right about that too. Could this rolling pin really be unrelated? But it lines up so well with the other evidence. So maybe the rolling pin and the mark was just simply to try to frame whoever was in storage closet A. and it actually wasn't related but placed here bent beforehand. And the mark, I don't know, it could be makeup or something? Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Moving on.
Wait a minute. Hold up. But if it were makeup, I think they could have figured that out, right? By like touching it, or maybe not. I don't know. Let's see. Guys, I think we may have figured it out. Oh my god. Think about it. It's perfect. It's all makeup. The marks on him, it's all makeup. He was just poisoned. She's the ultimate cosmetologist. But her handwriting is what doesn't match up. So maybe that's unrelated? I don't know. Okay, where was Diana in all of this? Because she was definitely one of the people that were not with us the entire time. So okay, she is very high up on my suspicious list. That's what I'm calling it right now. Diana. Ooh, I can see it right now. The ultimate cosmetologist. It's so obvious now. Let's keep investigating. One moment she's speaking nonsense, the next she's totally coherent. I don't think I've ever I don't think I'll ever understand this girl. Okay, I think that's the only thing they wanted me to see. Yeah, man, I think so. It was all just dependent on whoever was in the closet. I'm really using my noodle here. The map says it's storage closet B, the one Cassidy and Jet explored.
Look.
Do you see that? What? The box in the corner over there, look. Confused, I turned to where she was pointing. This is... I think I know what this is. A generator, right? The one you were referring to during the blackout. Yes, exactly. Since I've explored these rooms before, I knew one of them had a backup generator. If this closet has the backup generator, wouldn't that mean the one who restored the, the one who restored the power? Well, if Cassidy and Jet were the only people who entered this room, then they're the people who brought the power back. I'm surprised those two actually knew how to navigate a generator. Wait, isn't Jet like the ultimate racer? So he would know about mechanics, right? That seems to be all there is to the this closet. I mean, not necessarily, but there's a good chance that he would know about fixing stuff, possibly. I don't have any substantial evidence for my makeup theory, but I definitely think I'm onto something, maybe. Wait, why are these things on the floor? This is the one Kai and I explored. It's hard to get a good look at the contents in the dark, but seeing it now, there doesn't seem to be anything important here. I think we can move on. Oh, that's it? Alright. I'm expecting to see like a storage closet with like electronic stuff in it, and that's why we would know about the cord. Okay, I guess that's it. Oh, wait, there's more stuff in the hallway? Oh, blood. What the heck? There's dry blood on the floor. For some reason, it seemed to pool right around this particular spot. Dry blood, like in the boiler room. You noticed the blood in there?
Correct.
I noticed you noticing it. I see. So who do you think left all this blood behind?
Focus.
Well, it can't be Wolfgang, can it? Considering the sort of injuries he sustained, it wouldn't make sense for him to have spilt a lot of blood. Which means the only possibility we're left with is the blood belongs to somebody else. Yeah, exactly. I'm telling you, there's a possibility that Wolfgang tried to stab somebody and they just defended themselves. Like maybe Wolfgang knew that they were gonna kill him, or you know, I'm just saying, it's like if you know that, then you're gonna try to kill them too. It could be any of those things. If I didn't notice the blood here, would you have pointed it out to me? I would have pointed it out to you if the roles were reversed. That way you know not to step on it.
Right.
Sure, I'd point it out. Thanks. Why is she talking like that? I'm trying to see if there's any vents up here or something, right? But there's not. Kind of strange that there's only blood in this one spot. And it doesn't trail or anything like that. But like, you know, if someone was coming down the hallway, someone could be like hiding here, you know? Just saying. It looks like maybe someone was trying to hide. Wait, it says I haven't been in this one? I swear I went in here. Yeah, Mark and Jean explored this one. Let's see what I can find here. Is there anything weird about this room? I think I see something behind this pile of boxes. I stood on my tiptoes to get a better look, and so they really are here.
Well,
What's here? Extension cords, a whole bunch of them.
drain.
Okay.
Yes, these are definitely the same type of cord I saw in the boiler room. Only difference is they still have their other half intact. The internal plugs are pretty slim compared to the other kinds of cords. The fact these cords match the one in the boiler room means the killer must have rummaged through these closets for equipment. For what reason they needed the cord, I have no idea, but this was still a step in the right direction. Seems like the cord was meant for the explosive somehow, to power it, to blow it up. Besides the box of cords, nothing else about this room is standing out to me.
So,
But it's like, how would the ultimate cosmetologist like figure this out? I don't know, man. Do you want to move on? Let's go. We've looked through all the closets now. Did you find everything you needed? Yeah, I did. The rolling pin and the stack of extension cords, there's no doubt their relevance to this case. At least based on what I've investigated so far.
Anyway.
Let's go upstairs and collect some more testimonies. I think I've come up with some theories, but we have to get more information before we decide. If we just use our imagination, we could figure it out. As Eva and I emerge from the basement on the lookout for anything which could aid us in our investigation.
Eh?
Why is she crying?
Yeah.
Sup you guys? Might want to lower your voice around here, some stuff has happened.
What could it be?
Is something wrong? Sorry, Eloise had a bit of a frightening experience recently.
You think?
I think we all have. Yeah, like duh, right?
No kidding.
The scene downstairs is bad, but I'm talking about something else. After Tozalet, we tried going inside Wolfgang's room to look for clues, but the moment we stepped in, she suddenly pounced on me. She dragged me out and Desmond ran after us. What? I haven't been able to get my heart to stop beating so quickly since. Wait, the she is referring to
Shit.
Grace. She's been guarding Wolfgang's dorm ever since she kicked us out. Grace was blocking access. That's strange. We can't let her bar us from entering his room. The class trial could start at any moment. That's what I'm trying to tell. I tried to tell. I don't want to hear nothing. I don't hear nothing about just happened. Okay, nothing happened. That's what I tried telling everybody else, but they pretty much gave up. Jed and Mark went to the dining hall. Diana went to the laundry room, and Toshiko and Ingrid went to the courtyard. Oh, like now? Eloise and I, though, we're not gonna let this slide. We gotta get inside that dorm room, so we've been brainstorming other ways to approach Grace.
Think about it this
And we've
way.
landed on something, performing a brief inquisition. If Grace doesn't want to cooperate, we'll start badgering her with questions, poke at her ego until it eventually retreats.
Safety first.
If you want, you can join us. A debater must be good at dishing verbal beatdowns, yeah? I did come here to inspect Wolfgang's dorm, so I might as well. If that's the case,
I'm out.
I'll go to the dining hall and ask Jed and Mark for their testimonies. You're not coming along? I mean, it sounds like Grace might be just like sad over what happened. That's a possibility.
Where?
Grace isn't someone I'd like to be around right now. You three can handle her. Something tells me she's just afraid of her talent being mocked.
Right.
No sweat. Have fun with Jet and Mark.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Eva left in the direction of the laundromat, clearly taking the long route to the dining hall. Speaking of the laundromat, I'm curious. I would like to know if someone ditched clothes in the laundromat. Should we approach Grace then?
Totally.
Yeah, let's not waste any time. Right, okay. Do you want to take the lead, Damon? Sure. I wasn't going to admit it to either of their faces, but their plans seemed pretty half-baked. Not because I was going to face off with Grace, but because she was too. How could a bumbling person like her be of any help in a verbal showdown? If anything, she'll probably just make us look uncoordinated. Guess I'll have to do most of the heavy lifting here. Since Grace was guarding Wolfgang's dorm, she should be right around the corner. Oh, just go from both sides. She can't block them all. Grace, you're acting irrational. Let us in. Wait, crap, where are these dorms? Oh, there she is. I could have just went down the hall. I'm dumb. Don't you two yuppies get it? You're not coming
Get it
in.
mixed up.
We're not here for that. Damon just wants to ask you a question. He isn't coming in either.
Jeez.
Why not? I need to investigate Wolfgang's dorm room. I mean, yeah, why would she want to confuse people like this?
Soybean.
Back off, Soybean. His room is none of your business. Except it is. I have to search his last known whereabouts, which includes his dorm room by default.
that?
What if I said I've done the job for you?
Done.
As in, you searched the room? High and low. Want to know what I found? Nothing. For us to believe that, we need to see it for ourselves. You think I'm lying?
Just saying.
There's a chance you could be, unfortunately. Think about it. You haven't given us any reason to believe you. Someone who's got nothing to hide wouldn't be acting protective right now, you know? It gives the impression there's something you really don't want us to see. Also, couldn't this be considered breaking the rules? Tozy wants the game to be fair, but being prevented from searching every room doesn't seem very fair.
Test me.
Even if it isn't, what are you gonna do? Freaking kick her! I'll report it to Tozu.
You.
Makes sense.
Nice idea. What do you have to say? Why don't you say we look for him now? If Tozu agrees this is sabotage, she might call Mara for help. It's not sabotage. I'm not hiding anything about the murder. Don't try to get me involved. Desmond never mentioned Wolfgang's murder?
Anyway.
Look, just let us into the room. Ooh. If you're telling the truth, we'll drop our suspicions.
Gotta stay one step.
The reality of the situation is, we gotta invade Wolfgang's privacy if we want to know what happened to him. He would want to investigate our dorms if it were anyone else who died. She stood, yeah, she has to let us in. Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks for making this easy, Grace. With sighs of relief, we entered Wolfgang's dorm. Now I'm just really curious of what she wanted to hide. Clothes? Okay. So this was Wolfgang's dorm. While some of the expectations were correct, a lot about the room still surprised me. I anticipated the layout resembling my dorms and the decor reflecting his talent. What I didn't anticipate was how messy it was. Well, just really casual. A room that had been clearly well lived in.
Oi,
Don't
here.
move things around when you inspect them. I want to keep the room as is. To be honest, I'm not sure why I was even surprised. Clothes. It's not letting me like inspect it. There we go. Okay, that's strange. A tie and a random shirt? Clothes were scattered across the room, including a familiar looking woman's jacket. Nothing about them looked suspicious. Oh wait, that's her jacket? Why would they be scattered like this? I mean, I was gonna say, oh, she changed clothes, but like, wouldn't the clothes that she changed into be on her? I mean, this is strange. Why are they on the ground? An intricately patterned couch side by side with two red sofa chairs. Even the throw pillows seemed to be arranged in just the right way. He had a blue tie, right? Is that supposed to be his tie and jacket, and then her shirt? What are they doing in here? I knew there were two buddy, but also that even makes me suggest, think Grace is even more guilty. Like, she obviously knows more about this than meets the eye. Clearly, she had a known. So, like, what did he say during the time? You spent the time together in the morning. What did he say? Did he say someone talked to him? Like, it'd be great to talk to her about this, but she's freaking not saying anything for some reason. Maybe because she's trying to hide that I don't know, man. They might have done some stuff, you know? I thought it was kind of strange that they wanted to share a room together, but I don't know, man. What's up, David?
Hi.
Hey, can you check something out for
Easy
me?
enough.
In here or
not
in the
it.
boiler room? I found a taser gun in
Are
there.
you for real?
I can't tell if it's been fired or not. I don't think it has, but I want to know for sure because if I'm wrong, this taser gun was used. It might be a clue to the nature of Wolfgang's death. What we're talking about is that big a deal, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, since you're skilled at using guns, I figured.
All good.
No sweat, I'll see it once I'm done here. Thanks for the heads up, Damon. I mean, truthfully, I really don't have any reason to suspect Desmond. I mean, I thought maybe, but yeah, I really suspect Grace, but she almost seems a little bit too obvious because she was so close to him. So that's why I'm thinking it's probably not her. Usually the most obvious ones are not the killer. What's up with these calendars? Wolfgang also used the pinned up calendars in his room. This isn't what I should be focusing on during an investigation. Yeah, why do all the guys have that? Bear. A large toy bear adorned on the bed. Something tells me that this didn't belong in the room originally. Oh, we have books. Okay, I think that's the only thing I haven't looked at yet. Huge wooden bookshelves filled to the brim with a catalog of books towering over the room. Skipping the titles, it seemed to be about the intricacies of the legal system. Some were about old court cases, rehashed with new evidence. Did Wolfgang really read any of these, or were they all just for show? Eloise was kneeling on the floor, sorting through Wolfgang's bedside ottoman with a serious look on her face. Can we talk?
Give me a moment.
Okay, she closed the ottoman. Is there something wrong? I want to know your whereabouts during Wolfgang's murder. When the murder happened, I was with Desmond in the courtyard. Yes. So did the lights go out? You can ask Desmond to confirm if you're confused. No, I'm fine. Just let me ask this. What were you doing during the blackout? Blackout? You did experience it, right?
Not.
No, I don't think there was ever a blackout. Okay, so that also sides with Winona, right? He shouldn't even said anything about the blackout and try to ask it in a way that would prove that she knew there wasn't a blackout or something. We were only alerted to the murder because of Tozu's announcement. So my theory was right. If Winona never experienced a blackout in the tree room and Eloise never experienced a blackout in the courtyard, both those buildings must be connected to an entirely different power source. Okay, we're not here for that, my ass. Hey, normally she'd be meeting my eyes.
Quit it.
I know you suspect me, I can tell by the look on your face, but I don't know anything about his death. To be in the dark like everyone else about a person she was so close to. Damn it, get a grip on yourself, Damon. Grace can claim to know nothing about the murder, but what about everything before it?
Anyway.
That's what I said. So I heard a rumor you became Wolfgang's new bunk buddy. This room seems to be to confirm that. How was he this morning? Grumpy? Happy? Sick. We were planning to go to the game tournament, but he woke up with an ache in his stomach. Oh. He woke up sick. If you're telling me the truth and Wolfgang planned to attend the tournament,
That's not it.
why did he say the opposite yesterday? He's secretly a Super Smash Bros. Fan? From what I remember, Wolfgang said he'd be too busy to attend the tournament. More like he wanted another round at the pachinko machine.
Watch and learn.
I would know. I interrogated him after breakfast. What? That's seriously what he meant?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, huh? Which was why I told him, hey, no, let's do the tournament. He was a bit finicky at first, atypical for a soybean, but he eventually caved. He was at a pachinko, or Wolfgang was a pachinko player. I'm not sure I can believe that. Then again, some of the paraphernalia in this room looked neither golf nor law related.
Okay.
Alright, so based on what you're saying, Wolfgang agreed to attend the tournament. However, come this morning, Wolfgang remembered the pirate was attending, so he suggested I track down that guy and partner with him instead.
Right.
Because you needed to bring a partner to the tournament. Wolfgang, he knew I was miffed about it. His smile said as much, but I walked out the door anyway.
Dumbass.
Wolfgang said he was too sick to get out of bed, so I walked away. So he was already poisoned? If Wolfgang really had been bedridden, how did he wind up in the boiler room? Either he didn't come of his own volition, or he was never sick to begin with. By the look on her face, so he pretended to be sick to be alone. Which means that it's possible, like I said, he was probably trying to commit a murder, but you know, the roles were reversed somehow. Either like one way or another, the roles got reversed. Defense happened. By the look on her face, I could tell Grace realized the same. With all that said, it wasn't like Wolfgang to hide anything. For a guy who's so gung-ho about honesty, you'd think he would confide in the person he's closest to. Well, he's a wolf in sheep's clothing, first of all. And I never trusted him to begin with, even before I knew that. Did the letter I find inside his blazer pocket have something to do with it? At the bottom of the page, fragments of a message were still visible. Secret, 8:15, and close the door. Doesn't this read a lot like a command? While only a few words were legible, a lot could be gleaned from them. For example, the mention of a secret. Did the rest of the note elaborate on it, or was the word alone enough to scare Wolfgang? Maybe he wanted to shield Grace from information even he couldn't handle. Or maybe he simply didn't want her to know. Whatever the reason, Wolfgang Akire deliberately hid information from someone. Ironic, huh? Why was Grace so antsy about people entering? There didn't seem to be anything suspicious lying around here. In any case, since I'm done here, I should head to the dining hall. I'm pretty sure that's where Eva said she was going. As soon as I entered the room, she walked out over to me.
Hello.
Hello, I've just finished talking to everyone. Anything important?
Great.
Nothing important. I don't think Jed and Mark are taking this seriously. This might end like the mock trial where only a couple of people know what they're doing. Does she really think so? While that information definitely didn't bode well with me, I couldn't afford to be discouraged by it. Not unless I want to die in this game.
Focus.
I'll see if I can make those two talk.
Thanks.
It's funny that he's putting so much trust in her, right? Okay, so we can still talk to them. Is it me, or is there something funky about this place?
Come again?
What? I don't know, man. Everything feels kind of off. I can't place why, though. It's bugging the crap out of me. Sounds like he just felt uncomfortable being here. I guess I can't blame him. But the turn things have taken, the tension and excitement of the tournament was all but a distant memory. And this room was now a reminder Wolfgang died right under our noses. Why didn't Tozu fix the blackout himself? Is the maintenance of this place seriously our responsibility? The fridge and the pantry are restocked every day, though. Why can't things be consistent? Whining aside, he made a good point. Why didn't Tozu fix the blackout? Thinking back on the spill from earlier. Okay. I mean, yeah, he wants to make it fair, is basically what he's saying. Did Tozu abstain from fixing the blackout because it was important to the killer? Yes, obviously.
Hey.
Damon, since you're here, I've been thinking really hard about the footsteps we heard.
Come again?
When we were in the storage closet?
No, seriously.
Yeah, they were soft, right? Like the person was wearing socks.
I see.
Now that you mention it, it sounded like something like socks on a hard floor. Of all things to be right about, it has to be this. What do you mean?
Man.
I mean, why didn't the killer just wear shoes? Think about it. The sound of something like heels would be pretty distinct, right? Or what about sneakers? They get really squeaky on a smooth floor. And
Don't say
what I'm saying is you could totally figure out the shoe from the sound it makes. And if you know what shoes the killer had, you can just look for the person with the matching pair. But socks, anyone could be wearing socks. The person probably removed their shoes for that reason.
Sucks.
Dang, I don't even know if I would think of that. Okay. We have to examine everyone's feet. Everybody take off your shoes right now. It's for science, guys. Okay, I actually would like to see a full body picture. That sounds wrong. Freaking Diana. What kind of shoes is she wearing? I imagine just regular ones. Everyone here seems to be wearing regular shoes. I mean, although Jet is probably wearing boots. Hey, Mark. Markiplier. Okay.
Hi.
Hey, Desmond and Eloise told me you plan to investigate Wolfgang's dorm. Grace isn't guarding it anymore, so you can go inside now. Let me guess, you don't want to investigate? I came here to make sure my interface wasn't damaged. That's all he cares about. Do you think it looks suspicious? Well, what are you doing?
What?
I heard people are already giving Grace the side eye for being uncooperative. What might they say if they find out you've ditched the investigation?
Slow down.
Yo, hold on. Jet called out to us. Can't you see Broski isn't feeling well? Give the guy some space.
That's not important.
I don't care. I'm working on a time limit. Who are you to talk anyway? Judging by the look on Broski's face, whenever you guys are together, out of everyone here, I think you know the least about personal space. No way. Sure, Mark might not talk a whole lot, but if he wasn't having fun, do you really think he'd be hanging out so much?
Broskies always stick together.
Yeah. Time. What time did the murder happen?
That's
9:35 a.m.? Check this. He pointed to a small digital clock on the top of the music pad.
that.
This is the time of the murder? It was like this when I came back here. I think the clock got screwed over by the blackout, so now it's frozen on whatever it was displayed before it's lost power. So the murder happened right when the blackout happened. The blackout and by association the destruction of the generator occurred at the same time. Okay, so the explosion set off either electrical shock or some sort of poison because there was a mention of a smell. So the explosion could have been a double, two birds with one stone thing. But I want to say it's also very possible that he could have just been electrocuted by the water, right?
My man.
Nice going, bro. You hit the jackpot. Bet it's because I was here with you, huh? Sheesh, this was getting hard to watch. Kitchen. Oh, you think the knife came from in here? May as well skim through the kitchen just in case. Looking inside the cabinets, there didn't seem to be anything out of the ordinary. Except a knife that's missing, clearly, yeah. I figured that out. That can't be a coincidence. Wasn't what's-her-face kind of close to the freaking knife before? Well, Eloise was actually the one in the back. I don't know why I remember that, but I think Eloise was in the very back. Could that have been the time she got a knife when everyone was just like chilling here? Okay, what other things can I look at? I think it's just the paintings. What's this weasel looking thing? Yeah, these paintings are strange, but I have a feeling this isn't what we're supposed to be looking at. Is he supposed to be a hyena? Is it a wild dog? I'm wasting my time here. Yeah, I don't think I need to look at these. Cassie had clearly spent a lot of time doodling this. She must be upset that we didn't even finish a single round. The first time people have a get-together and they're interrupted by a murder. Thinking back on it, the game tournament and the murder happened really close to each other. The former began at 9 a.m. while the latter occurred at 9:35 a.m. I keep wanting to say that the murder happened after the, he was stuck in the water, right? Couldn't move. Maybe from the rolling pin, but that would negate my makeup thing that I said earlier. Could it have been possible that he was paralyzed somehow and couldn't move, and then the timer thing went off, but then that doesn't explain the person running away. That within the same hour. Taking another look at this whiteboard, yeah, I can see why the killer chose to attack so soon. 8 potential witnesses all situated in one place, too preoccupied with the video game to notice the world around them. There couldn't be a more perfect time to strike. Yep. Is the timer ready? Oh my, would you look at the time? I dare say we ought to get to this trial started soon. How does 20 minutes from now sound? Great. Please continue to investigate until then. See you later. What? There's only 20 minutes until the trial? Damon, how does she keep scaring me? The investigation's almost over. We need to find the other 3 and hear their testimonies.
As I was
Toshiko,
saying,
Ingrid, and Diana.
Please.
Calm down. Desmond said they were in the courtyard, right?
I'm talking.
And Diana's in the laundry room. Let's talk to Diana first, since the laundry room is in the same building. Don't panic, okay?
Can't you see?
I'm not panicking. She motioned for me to follow her over to the door. Eva might deny it, but the anxiety which had been bubbling up inside her was clearly starting to boil over. Although with how fast my own heart was beating, I guess she's not alone. I have a feeling we might find something very strange in the laundry room. This is a very well-written game because, I can't automatically figure out who did it just based off of, what we learned so far. But I have theories, but nothing feels like, I know for sure. What does she look like that for? This can't be happening. Oh, these are fake tears. Diana was standing with her back pressed up against the wall, arms wrapped around herself in a tight embrace. She's in even worse shape than before. Diana, I need to ask you a question. Please give me a moment. It's been kind of tough.
No.
The investigation is going to end really soon. We can't wait. Okay, sorry. Where were you during the blackout?
Oh.
The blackout, right before the body was discovered. I was just in my room alone doing my makeup. You don't have any makeup on, though. how would you know that? I mean, they all kind of look like they're wearing makeup in some capacity. I was experiencing with the new combination, so I wiped it all off already. So you were alone in your room the entire morning? Yeah, I wasn't. Oh, I don't trust her.
Sorry.
Sorry, I'm feeling a bit sick all of a sudden. Do you mind if I go back to my dorm? I've asked all the questions I wanted. Thanks. She's totally dodging us.
So.
Do you think she was acting weird at all? No, I thought she was acting weird before. I remember talking to her, like, I was like, what is she doing there? Like, something was strange. Anyway, since Diana gave a testimony, I can cross her off my list now. Which means the only people I still need to speak to...
Where?
Bleh. I'm sorry, I have to say it every time. I hope Ingrid and Toshiko are still in the courtyard. We don't know until we see for ourselves. Bro. No. She's the cosmetologist. Anyone that's gonna commit a murder is her. Yeah, okay, I think she's the top of my list now. That was strange. And I just didn't sit right with me at all. Okay. She's crying. Have either of you been investigating? Investigating? I don't know. What do you expect me to do? To look for clues?
Impossible.
How am I meant to do that? It's not like I've had to solve a murder before, you know. My hands have been a bit full, so no luck finding any clues. I can see why.
Moving on.
Okay, well, did you at least notice anything suspicious this morning? It could have been a person acting odd, strange, anything.
Think this through.
A person acting odd. Maybe not at the time, but looking back, it definitely seems a little strange. Tell them. Yes, Toshiko, tell us. This morning I saw Wolfgang. Ooh, okay. When did you see him? In the dorm hallway on my way back from the pharmacy. The dorm hallway. Just as I was about to enter my room, I saw Wolfgang leave his. Oh, Wolfgang, what a coincidence running into each other like this. Are you already on your way to the tournament, Miss Kayura? It's rather early. Of course not. A professional like myself knows better than to attend some silly party. Right, my apologies. What about you? Are you going to the tournament? That's correct, I'm going to the tournament. Yeah, he's totally lying. I'm just heading to the laundry room right now. There's a batch of clothes I accidentally left behind there. Wolfgang said he was going to attend the tournament.
Strange.
Yesterday he told everyone he was too busy to attend. I assumed he changed his mind, and clearly he wasn't sick, right? I heard its bits and pieces from their conversation from inside my dorm. The whole thing could last longer than a minute. Toshiko and I are bunk buddies, by the way. Thought I'd mention that in case Damon didn't know. Thanks. Anyways, when I heard that Wolfie said, my first thought was leftover clothes. I don't remember any leftover clothes, but I figured I must have been misremembering, and with that, what with my aching head and all, aching head, I was suffering a terrible headache this morning. I couldn't even see 2 steps in front of me, let alone get up from my bed. That's why I had gone to the pharmacy. I was hoping to procure some medication for Ingrid. Not my proudest moment, I'll admit, but I knew I could trust Toshiko with the job.
So.
Do you know what time the interaction with Wolfgang happened? 10 past 8, I think.
How should I put
The
it?
conversation happened just a little after the morning announcement. What I can tell you is, that's what I can tell you with confidence. 10 past would make sense. When the announcement initially played, I was just about to leave the pharmacy. So, okay. Then she was clearly inside the pharmacy by 8 a.m. So Wolfgang, he looked totally fine when you saw him?
Sure.
Nothing seemed awry. Doesn't call into question what Grace told me earlier. Either Grace lied about Wolfgang calling in sick, or she was telling the truth, and Wolfgang just got outed as a liar. I could probably deduce an answer if I know what time Grace left Wolfgang's dorm. If she left before 8:10 a.m., then she would have already been out of the picture by the time Wolfgang made his move. Hence why she only remembers him in bed. However, if she left after 8:10 a.m., then she would have been there for Wolfgang's encounter with Toshiko. Which means she lied about Wolfgang being bedridden during the time of the period of time she was in his dorm. Funny how she never gave me a time. Ooh, so Grace is a liar? What else happened after Toshiko saw Wolfgang? That blackout sure gave us a spook. Toshiko and I decided to stay where we were until the lights turned on, though we did watch you and your buddies pass by. So why did she have a headache though? You saw that?
How should I put it?
Heard it first, then took a peek. I would have said something, but I still wasn't feeling my usual self, so we watched you up until you went down the stairs. That must have been how you found the crime scene, right? That's right.
Too much for me.
Such a terrible sight. I can't believe someone here may actually be behind it. Let's just hope we can solve it. They also could be lying. You know, that's still a possibility. It's not like we know for sure. Alright everyone, that's time. Please drop whatever it is you're doing and proceed over to the Tree of Ignorance. Don't make me wait too long, otherwise you'll be in for a shocking surprise. Get it? Because your trinkets can zap you? Okay, I forgot what they did. Anyway, just get a move on. It's time.
Fingers crossed.
You two go on ahead. Toshiko and I will catch up. I wonder if they're gonna do that thing when they go down the elevator. They may have already done it, yeah, where they show like the overhead shot of them all.
Listen
I think they may have already done that. Let's go, Damon. Eve and I made the short trek to the room with the tree. Once there, we waited for the others to arrive. Eventually, everyone had shown up. So, how are you guys feeling?
Me.
Words wouldn't do it justice. I'm feeling pretty bad. I can't tell you how I feel when I don't even know what I feel. I'd rather save the talkie for the trial. The trial. In just a few moments' time, we were going to be down there in the trial room fighting for survival, only using our words. Damn it, Damien, get a grip already. Before the door in the tree opens, I need to ask Desmond if he has any new information about the taser gun.
Hi.
Hey. Okay. Did you check the taser?
Right.
I did. Yeah? Just one. The gun's blast doors were missing, so it was fired. Okay. So somebody hit it. It's like the cords, right?
Huh?
Because I don't think they retract, do they? I don't know. I don't know anything about a taser. What the?
Eh?
All of a sudden the ground. Not again! Hold on to something, everyone! Is it just the tree opening? The visuals for this game are so good. Like, it's so crazy how good this game is. The Tree of Knowledge, a symbol of sentience, intuition, and understanding, exists here only as a barren replica. The Tree of Ignorance emulates the wonder of nature, but does not achieve it. And justly so, for ignorance often aspires to be seen as wisdom. Damn it. Well, I guess we gotta cut this conversation short. Okay, why is this... Come on. I'll explain everything during the trial. Let's not keep this goat guy waiting.
Holy!
This is really happening. We're so screwed. We're totally gonna die.
So
If you go in expecting to fail, chances are you will. We didn't really talk to Jean at all, did we? Like, not really.
Game over, man!
I'm gonna think of failure even more because you said that. Look at it this way. Who here are the cards more stacked against? 14 people working together to solve a murder, or one person trying to lead everyone else astray.
Are we ready?
If anyone else is for a struggle, it ain't the group of 14. We can't discount the fact that there could be 2 people, right? That would explain the steps and the, you know, again, like the blacksmith girl, I forgot her name, like maybe she might know how to rig something together. And wait a minute. And Toshiko is her name, right? The freaking little girl. She has like wooden, does she have like those traditional like wooden things? That would make sense why she would want to take those off, because those make a very distinct noise, different from anyone else. I'm starting to think it might be them two because their story didn't line up with Grace's. They're saying that they have this alibi and her head hurt, right? Okay, dang it. Now, I don't know what to think. Now I think it might be them two.
Do you think?
You make a good point. Statistically, the odds are in our favor here.
It'll be okay.
Exactly, luck will be on our side.
No, it's not.
If luck was on our side, we wouldn't be in the killing game to start with. And, wait a minute, but if there's 2 people that are cooperating in a murder, they wouldn't both die, right? It would just be the person that actually committed the murder. I'm confused. I'm so confused. Has there ever been in Danganronpa like a double murder? Or like a double, like 2 people dying? I can't remember. Can I say something first before we go? What is it? But she was acting weird too, though. Like that, I don't know, man. It's a message for the killer.
What did you say?
Huh? The person here who killed Wolfgang. Whoever you are, can you please just step forward?
I want to help.
We don't want to have to do this, the class trial. If you can just find it in yourself to step forward and bring this whole thing to an end early, then please, okay, you're really making me suspect you now, right? Like, she's only saying this, like, okay, who's gonna step forward and be like, you're right, you got me. I feel bad, it was me. Like, this is what a guilty person would say to try to, like, you know, make it to where they don't suspect her. Despite Diana's pleas, no one came forward.
Come on.
If someone determined enough to commit a murder, they won't back down because of one person's pleas. Since we're on the subject, I also got a message for the killer.
Dumbass.
Don't forget that the punishment fits the crime, asshole. Enjoy that freaking death penalty. She spat out those words and disappeared into the opening of the tree.
Can I go now?
Cosign.
Slow down.
Yo, broski, wait up! They all followed suit. I guess it's time to go. Okay. We know where the stairs would take us and where the elevator afterwards would deliver us, but everything beyond that was shrouded in uncertainty. There was no mock trial waiting for us, no Fox murder designed to waste our time with a stupid mystery. This was real. Come on, Damon, get a hold of yourself. Taking a deep breath, I approached the opening in the tree and descended into the darkness. Yeah, I love this shot. I don't know why. Reminds me of the good old days here. Yeah, I would say, yeah, man, it's either freaking Ingrid I believe is her name, Ingrid Toshiko, or red-haired chick, Diana, right? It was the same elevator, the same slow churning of metal and echoing sounds of clunky machinery, and yet something was different. Someone was gone. Someone who I never held in high regard, but who was still a person nonetheless. A person with feelings, a person with aspirations, a person with a family, a person who I will never hear speak again. Not a single word. Oh, it's silent. Am I ready for this? Was what I did during the investigation the best I could have done? Will it be enough to carry me through this trial? Will it be enough to lead me to Wolfgang's killer? I won't know until I do. Until I face this trial head on. There's no way I can place my faith in the other people here. There's no way they'll come to the correct conclusion. Our survival depends on me. The elevator began to slow, snapping me back to reality. I adjusted my tie and stood up tall, and when movement stopped completely, the doors in front of us opened.
Rise and shine.
Somebody called an ambulance. I think I've caught a case of deja vu. All right, guys. Well, obviously, that's a pretty good place to end for the episode, since it was a good 2 hours of me playing. I wanted to separate the investigation from the trial. I know it took me a while to upload this, so I will definitely try to hurry it up for the investigation. You know, I don't mind taking my time too much because, again, it's probably not going to be for at least another year till we get another chapter. And this is assuming this game is going to be finished. Like, I hope to God this game never stops until it's finished because it's so good. And if it ever gets canceled, it's going to be a shame. Please, please, nobody do something weird. Please, just finish the game. You know, like, I'm just saying these things, it's almost too good to be true how good this is. I really want this to be finished because the team really did such a great job on this. I'm begging you, please finish it. Oh, it's not letting me save.
Isn't this lovely?
It feels like only yesterday we were playing detective with the corpse of a crime scene. My, how insouciant and chipper so many of you used to be. Why is it not letting me save the game?
Interesting.
After all that back and forth, oh, there we go. Okay. Okay, that's it, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Smash like. And I am so excited for more. Let me know, what do you think? You probably have already seen it. I shouldn't read the comments. All right, bye guys.